Signs 2025 will be the year HGTV's Jonathan Scott finally ties the knot with Zooey Deschanel. Although Jonathan Scott proposed to Zooey Deschanel in an over-the-moon sweet fashion in August 2023, the prospect of the new girl star walking down the aisle has never seemed more promising than it does in 2025. Back in December 2023, Entertainment Tonight asked a celebrity couple who got engaged after 4 years of dating if they had any of the particulars of their wedding figured out yet. In response, Scott confirmed that they knew they wanted to forego wedding planners and decide on every little detail of their big day themselves. Further, the happy couple also sought to make their nuptials a wicked awesome party above all else. Unfortunately, it seems like Deschanel and Scott never got much further than that over the course of the following year, since every time an interviewer inquired about their upcoming wedding, they reasoned that they were busy and would get around to it eventually. In fact, when people asked the Property Brothers star for an update on their wedding plans in January 2025, he quipped in response, "I can guarantee you we have done absolutely 0% more work." However, this time around, Scott seemed resolved to get it to ASAP, as he shared, "We just had a lot of things going on. Maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution. We've got to get this wedding figured out." Additionally, it doesn't seem like their wedding planning will take that long anyway, since the reality TV star informed people in November 2024 that they only wanted their nearest and dearest to be in attendance, adding, "We're not planning to do a crazy, extravagant wedding." The celebrity couple has apparently started piecing their wedding together. Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel may also be compelled to accelerate their wedding planning speed in 2025 because they have been eager to get married for the longest time. For Valentine's Day 2024, the HGTV star posted a sweet tribute video for the 500 Days of Summer star on Instagram, in which Scott admitted to being frustrated by how much of their lives they had to spend without each other and eagerly looked forward to the day she would proudly call him her husband. While Deschanel was coy when Entertainment Tonight questioned her about their wedding plans in August 2023, the ELF star still acknowledged that she wanted to dance all night, baby. Meanwhile, HGTV's Scott revealed the one must-have for his wedding to Deschanel in a March 2024 Entertainment Tonight interview: bagpipes to honor his Scottish roots. And based on the reality star's December 2023 news interview, their nuptials will be an amalgamation of the celebrity couple's personalities. Scott was relieved to be planning a wedding at a stage in his life when he wouldn't tolerate unwanted outsider input, firmly asserting, "We're not taking any pressure from anybody." The Celebrity IOU co-host continued, "That's what our guest list is gonna look like. We're just gonna do things the way we want to do things because it's about each other." While they iron out the crucial details of their celebration, we continue to swoon over the dreamy mood board we made for Deschanel and Scott's wedding. Body language expert tells us why Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott seem awkward. Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel were among the stars gracing the red carpet of the 15th Governors Awards on Sunday, November 17, 2024, at the Ray Dolby Ballroom in Los Angeles. Sadly, the list placed the Property Brothers star on the worst-dressed list for the 2024 Governors Awards, but only because his plain tuxedo could have used a fashionable upgrade. However, a video shared by The Hollywood Reporter on X, formerly known as Twitter, also seemed to show Scott and Deschanel looking a bit awkward together. As they stood with their arms around each other, the new girl star smiled radiantly. On the other hand, her fiancé looked a bit stiff, even as he placed his hand in his pocket, seemingly casually. Scott's smile grew slightly near the end of the clip, but the celebrity couple's behavior at the event certainly wasn't as lovey-dovey as expected, especially considering the details of Scott and Deschanel's over-the-moon sweet engagement. The list spoke with Tracy Brown, body language expert and behavior analyst, to try and decipher where that sense of awkwardness came from. Referring to Scott, in particular, Brown observed, "What you're noticing is that he has a crooked smile and is holding his breath. This is why he doesn't look 100% happy." Brown reckoned Scott may have felt a bit of resignation on the red carpet overall. Body language expert and behavior analyst Tracy Brown felt that Jonathan Scott wasn't terribly comfortable on the red carpet of the 2024 Governor's Awards. She cited the way he appeared to sigh, opining, "It's a bit of resignation in the situation." Brown also noticed that the HGTV stalwart seemed to have his attention pulled in multiple different directions at once. "Our feet tell us where the mind wants to go," Brown pointed out. "One foot is pointed towards the crowd, the other towards his lady. He's trying to balance all of the demands of the moment, people yelling, flashes in his eyes and her. Even if he seemed overwhelmed at the time, it's sweet that Jonathan likely still had Zooey Deschanel on his mind." The lovable couple still hasn't finalized their wedding plans, which Jonathan discussed in November 2024 in a joint interview with Us Weekly that was conducted alongside his twin, co-star, and business partner, Drawn Scott. "I'm actually sick and tired of myself not figuring it out yet," Jonathan admitted. "We haven't had any progress. We've just been having a ton of fun. If the celebrity couple needs any ideas for their big day, the list's mood board for Deschanel and Jonathan's wedding has plenty of options for them to consider. Otherwise, they can just continue enjoying it." The sweet stories of how these HGTV stars met their partners just as much as we enjoy watching an inspiring home renovation story. We also enjoy hearing how a perfect love story unfolded. It turns out, behind the scenes, many of the couples we see hosting our favorite HGTV shows have had the most adorable meet-cutes with their partners. Some of these stories were ones of love at first sight, while others needed a bit of assistance from the universe, constantly pushing them together again and again and making them realize that they were the perfect match. When hometown stars Ben and Erin Napier were always running into each other on their college campus, for example, they quickly came to the conclusion they were meant to be. 6 days later, we decided we would get married, Erin explained of their love story on Instagram. From falling for the woman working at a clothing store to seeing sparks fly with the guy pumping gas at the car across from you, here are some of the sweetest stories of how a few of our favorite HGTV stars met their partners/television co-stars.